I clicked on that with the touchpad and it wasn't working. Now these Cheep Cheeps are only familiar because of chapter 2. Now I'm doing this first as Mario. Or I want to just show it from, I want to show it backwards. You know, do it as Bowser. Hey! In case you ain't heard, I throw a lot of girth around these parts, and I'm gonna check you out to make sure you've got the weight to hang with me. Alright, let's start by checking that face of yours. Dude has shaggy eyebrows. That's not even kinda girthy. You get 50 girth points. Alright, I gotta check the girthiness of those clothes of yours. What's more girthy than a giant spiky shell? That's worth 100 girth points. Girth check on the body coming up. That's where the real heavy comes from. Look at this guy. Look him up in the dictionary and it's a definition of girth. I gotta find a pencil. Never mind. A super heavy weight right there. Bam! 10,000 girth points. I'm gonna do a chart. He says the same thing in the end, but I'm gonna show it. But girth Bowser is 10,150 GP. I just want to compare because I've never compared. The sheer girthitude on display here is blowing my mind. There's no getting around it. You got heavy like I've never seen before. I gotta turn on the sensor bar. I forgot. That's even worse. Any fool who gets in your way, you just have to girth them up. Look at it. Smash and squish those little lightweights. You're going places with girth like that. And I want to come along for the ride. I'm pretty sure Peach wins it. I just want to make sure on that. But I'm still doing it backwards. Bowser, Peach, and Mario. From character list. Let's start by checking that face of yours. Look at those big eyes. You make my girthy heart flutter, girl. Those eyes of yours have got some heavy to them. You get 70 girth points. Alright, gotta check the girthiness of those clothes of yours. A pink dress? It takes guts to wear that here. Bam! That's 100. There's 100 girth points. 170 so far. Girth check on the body coming up. That's where the real heavy comes from. Unbelievable. You might be a slender thing, but you got a beefy spirit, girl. I wouldn't mess with a chick like you. You get 1,000,000 girth points. Which is insane because of how much bigger that is than Bowser. Because by scale, that is 1,150. 1,170 girth points. But I'm still gonna combine that. Because I can't help it. I've never done this before, and that's the funniest thing about doing this as an LP, is doing stuff that I've never done in the first one. The sheer girthitude on display is blowing my mind. There's no getting around it. You've got heavy like I've never seen before. The rest is the same. Let me reset. He's trying to get away from me. Oh, he does. Inky sauce. Third time's the charm on that. I finally get the inky sauce. Not gonna read all this. Alright, let's start by checking that face of yours. Looks like you're sporting it on beefy stash there. Solid. I give it 60 girth points. Alright, I gotta check the girthiness of those clothes of yours. Overalls? Man, only the brawniest heroes wear those. That's worth 100 girth points. No matter what, it's like 100, so this is like 160. It's all dependent on the final score. I think it's like 1,000. Girth check on the body coming up. That's where the real heavy comes from. Whoa, ho, ho! You might be small, but you pack a punch of girth. Girth is a state of mind. You just got yourself another 10,000 girth points. So funnily enough, Bowser's... So, did they do that on purpose? Because that's hilarious if that's the case. Mario beat Bowser. Because Mario has 10,160 girth points. Bowser has 10,150 girth points. Peach is superior overall. I bet they did that on purpose because that's pretty funny. That's pretty gosh darn funny. The rest is the same, and I'm not counting anymore because that's all of them. Yeah, like I said, that's different. I've not done that before. Also, I forgot to have Peach added before Chapter 3-1. Not gonna do any cuts there, but I'm pretty sure Peach doesn't say anything. Or maybe she says a little bit of something, I don't really remember. You can even use the ground pound on enemies underwater. With our girths combined, nobody can stop us. But you gotta get out of this room first. Put my heavyweight power to work. And again, flipping, so I avoid taking any hits. Nor, well, that along with avoiding just hitting the enemies, even if that's cringe. Because it's easy to beat these guys with Boomer and Bowser, but I don't want to do that. The rest is simple. Just going all the way back to those posts that you saw before, but this time you got Thudley by your side. Now I'm pretty sure that's the same, but it might not be, which is why I'm keeping Mario up. But if you swim with Bowser, I think it's the same as swimming with Mario, except for when you land on the ground. It's good. It's just for fun. I'm going to do this. Whap! 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 Oh, whoops! Up, down, down, up, down, up. I immediately forgot. And yes, you can actually get those poles to go right back up. Sort of funny that way. Now this time I'm using Bowser. I'm good. Just wanted to check my score there. These guys, I don't know their names. So, that's just the one thing that I pretty much lack at. Oh, whoops. They have 12 HP. That answers my question completely on that one. Bloop. Bloop, bloop. What's going on? This is funny right here. Bowser's arms. And it's sort of funny because as a kid, even as a kid, I've not laughed at Bowser's animation. But I get the funny part of that. I just think it's funnier when Bowser flaps his arms and not gets them around in a big circle that looks freaky, like an endoskeleton kind of deal. It's funny, but it's not it's not something I laugh at. It's whatever you want it to be. It's funny, but I'm just not great with humor. Like that. Hey, Land Freaks, how do you like a tentacle sandwich? The weakness of this blooper is red tentacles. These yellow tentacles block your way. And this is the funny part. As Mario, it blocked you no matter what. You cannot pass it. It's actually pretty funny. I think that's a speedrun strat. No, not there, please, anywhere but there! Crap, crap, crap. That is a speedrun strat. I've not known that. Because those tentacles are trying to block your way. I had no idea on that. That was way quicker than just waiting for him to rise up. That took like 2 minutes. While usually when I battled him normally, it would take me like 3.5 minutes to beat that guy. Man, if I did the speedrun again, that would be ridiculous to do as a speedrun strat. I'm gonna keep going. Crap, I didn't do this as Peach. Even though it doesn't matter because I don't think there's any difference to what they say. Which I'm so super glad, well, I'm gonna say sort of glad because it's pretty much either super or sort of glad that they did that. Somehow the heroes had beached the big blooper and crossed the tile pool. But before they could dry, they saw the imposing silhouette of Fort Francis. It sure is getting dark, Peach said in a quiet voice. But when they looked up, they realized they were in the shadow of a huge tree, the dotwood tree. Mario, knowing in his gut this must be the way, set out toward the great tree. Up, up, and a tree! Sort of a funny deal there. Vertical red. This is a hard section of the chapter, but not the hardest. Keeping my sensor bar on because of the fact that there's another thing to reset for. And even funnier that I'm going to try to battle this sort of boss that's coming up. And it's sort of funny saying that. This chapter is one of the only chapters that has multiple bosses that goes up to 4. Pretty much this chapter is the only one that has 4 bosses. Tyloids. Each has a different HP bar. Oh no. If you're poisoned, then the only way out. Crap. Now, either this poison turbo drops a dried shroom that cures poison, or very rarely a shroom shake or whatever other item. That was what I was going to try to say. Now, my favorite speedrun strat here, just stand on this block, then jump. The sort of funny thing is, I don't know if that's actually a proper speedrun strat or not. It felt like that to me. Also, what am I doing? Crap, I needed to wait on that. Needed that shroom. Wow, I didn't think I was gonna jump on that enemy from there. Now, am I right for thinking this? There is a coin room in this pipe. Am I right or wrong? Because if I'm right, this will be the first coin room I skip. For the reason you already know. Yes, I was right. The reason why I'm skipping is because of how many coins I have. I think I've discussed it already, but the shop called House's Shop, it's ridiculous for the point requirements there. Because you would have to buy and sell a lot in order to get what you need. And the best bet is going to chapter 1's shop, because that one's cheaper than everything else. And also, yeah, you need Bowser for that dotwood tree, because it's wood. I was stuck on that for like a few minutes when I was younger and had no idea that Bowser was a requirement, because I forgot that Bowser burns things. Because I thought it was I thought you used Boomer to destroy those things. But that's all I'm gonna do here.